everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Another Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dustin Crace, and joining me is one of my fellow co-hosts, Steven the Laggy Gamer.
What is going on, everyone? We're hyped up on some Mario Kart 8 action just now, but let's do this.
And also joining me is my other co-host, Chance the Doombringer, Doomwaves himself. Hello! I don't know what to do with that. And then finally, our guest for the evening is the man, the myth, the legend, none other than Ducky DoGaming himself.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to follow that. Thanks.
If you guys aren't familiar with Ducky, he's been in some AGP game night videos where you might have heard some of his memorable quotes. But he does, in fact, have a YouTube channel.
Memorable quotes followed by laughter all around.
Yes.
Yep, always looking to entertain.
He said I think his thing is if he can't entertain while playing the game, he can at least entertain while talking
Losing the game?
in the background.
Losing the game.
Yeah, thanks for doing this with us, man. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Oh, man, it's cool to be here. I don't know how much input I can provide, but, yeah.
Well, you can start off with this.
Yeah, oh.
Like, kind of telling people how they can find your channel, what you like to talk about.
Well, the usual, like everyone else, I do like to talk about gaming and what I collect. Not much about what I play, though, since that doesn't seem to be a factor yet in my collecting. But
I came for your mask collection. That's why I'm watching to see what the masks you wear.
Yeah, there's only a few. Most people want to send me more.
That'd be cool.
I need to have somebody else. I need to have someone else like stand in for me and not wearing a mask and me like dub over it, me talking. I think that would be funny.
That would be. If no one knows, Ducky, he wears all these like masks on his channel. Doesn't show his face.
Yeah, all my stalkers. I don't want all my fans to know me, to follow me because they know me. I want people to actually, want to know me.
You gotta fight off that paparazzi.
Yeah.
He actually walks outside in public with them, and people are just following, trying to catch a glimpse of what's behind the mask.
He's got to take it off when he eats.
I have thought about doing that before, but I don't think that's is that legal?
Not here.
Legal.
Not here in my area.
Really? You can't walk around with a mask on?
No,
Is it safe?
When did this stop being America?
People started shooting each other more often. I guess. I don't know.
Wait. You can carry a gun around, okay, but you can't wear a mask.
Especially like at sporting events here, like especially at the school and stuff. If you got a mask on, whoa, you are in for it, mister.
You're in.
Not have that mask on, but yeah, you can bring a concealed carry gun in there, and you're okay.
America.
Yeah. Anyways, Ducky.
Yeah.
You know what's coming next?
The questions?
The questions.
I never said where to find me.
That's not important. Let's just answer the question.
Hey,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Click below. That's where you can find me.
Yeah, click the link below. Does it go by our names anymore if you just type in for some people like Ducky DoGaming? Or is it like a bunch of letters and numbers?
That's the weird thing, because I was trying to link to Accent on Gamers in one of my videos the other day, and it's like this big string of just randomness. And then, but for us, like down below, if you click on Another Gaming Podcast, it takes it right to the page. So some people it is, some people it isn't. I don't know.
And no, it was like that originally for me, and then it changed whenever the whole update BS, and then it allowed me to actually change it. Though it allowed me to change my my link. So, but I think it only allows it once. Like the whole Xbox change your username thing.
Okay.
But it did allow me to change it back to Ducky DoGaming. So that was
cool.
We better check that. Make sure we're just not putting dead links and everything.
Well, like a lot of my other friends have it to where it's the other people I'm subscribed to, it's the actual their username, but I don't know why it changed it for me.
Interesting. I know TG Appalachian forever. His doesn't do that either, so linking his was kind of trouble. But yes, you can find Ducky DoGaming on YouTube. Just like the rest of us talking
just
about
on
games.
Just on
YouTube. Now you can answer the big three.
Okay. Are you going to ask the big three, or am I just supposed to make it up as I go?
Chance is going to ask them. He's the expert at asking the big
I
three.
am not the expert. No one should have me ask. I always forget one or all of them.
Since
not that hard.
Since Ducky has graced you and hooking you up with some good deals and stuff, you can grace him by asking the questions.
Okay.
So you go.
So, Mr. DoGaming, what is your favorite game?
Oh, well, it's
On the
it's
Atari 2600.
Shit.
No, just go ahead.
That would be, I think, probably the only game I've played on that is like Asteroids or something. But
It'd be a good choice, though. But yeah.
My favorite game, it's probably going to be like the original Super Mario Brothers, just because we got our Nintendo when I was 4 for Christmas. And all I remember was, like, I can even remember this now, watching my brother play it, because I couldn't play it. I don't know how kids are like Paige was talking about beating Earthbound, and I couldn't even play Super Mario Brothers. I had to watch my older brother play it, and I would throw the biggest fit whenever he would quit, just because I couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. With people saying they played RPGs when they were 7, 8, like Dustin played them when he was kind of young too. There's no way. I could not be able to wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
Dustin
I was
is a pretty smart guy, though.
Nah.
No,
Well, that's
but
a good
yeah,
choice, though.
yeah, it's got to be something for the original NES, either that or like Super Mario Brothers 3. And yeah, I can sit there and play them and get to the end pretty damn quick on those, but I have no experience in anything else.
I have never beaten the first Super Mario Brothers on NES.
I haven't
See,
either.
I don't know if I have. I can
Okay.
get to the end, but I don't know if I always like get, bail out in the end or what. I don't remember because I haven't played it all the way through in a while.
Well, that eighth castle, like with all the you have to go through the little areas like in a certain order, otherwise you have
Yeah.
to start over. It's like that could kill anyone just because you run out of time, and it's just a pain. The only reason I ever beat that part was because I had save states, because I bought it on the 3DS.
I'd say that's the way I'd want to play it now. Is just
So I
save states.
save state right at the beginning of the castle, and then as soon as you figure out something, you save state right there, and then you get a little further and save state there. It almost got me in trouble, though, because I had done a save state really pretty close to the end, but I didn't have enough time to get to the end, almost. And, I had to sprint the entire way and jump over Bowser and to get the key or whatever, and it was just I almost didn't have enough time to do it, and I was not going to start over.
Save states may have been the way I beat Golden Sun. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Just because I can't remember if it was the first or second one, but I was emulating it on a computer, GBA. A buddy of mine had it. I didn't even have a Game Boy Advance, but he's like, you can emulate these on the computer. I was like, whoa, okay. So I started emulating it and loved it. And I get to the final boss, and I'm practically doing a save state after every attack. It's just so he won't kill me. Because sometimes he would switch up his attacks. It wouldn't be the same attack sometimes afterwards. So if he wiped me out, I'd reload.
I was just going to say that I'm okay with save states and RPGs, but then you said you did it that way, and I was like,
yeah.
No, I can't condone that.
Still beat it. But anyways, yeah, that's a good choice, man.
Yeah, no one can ever fault you for saying that Super Mario Brothers is your favorite game. That's a badass game still to this day. Nearly 30 years later.
Yeah.
All right. What the hell is the next question? What is your favorite movie? Got it. Movie. What's your favorite movie?
Movie. Well, generally I prefer movie series, like Twilight and.
You do. You're not just kidding. You do.
I do like Twilight. I'm not going to deny that. I like it more than my girlfriend does, so that's kind of sad. But But like, the Star Wars, the original trilogy. I like the Matrix movies. It's really hard to say because.
Are you into TV series too? Like good TV series or just movie series?
More into a movie, just because TV series take up so much more time. And I don't know. I own like all the Simpsons seasons, and I stopped watching at like the 5th or 6th season. I haven't even opened the other seasons just because.
It's all right. It's probably a good decision. You're getting right at the downhill slide area.
Now, the Matrix movies, since you said you liked them, did you like how the second and third went? Because I'm a fan of all of them. Did you like how they were?
I liked it. Yeah, I have no complaints. Like, I'm not picky when it comes to movies. Something has to be really bad for me to not like it. And even then, I won't recognize how bad it is. Mm-hmm. But
Twilight.
No, that's a great movie. Terrible example. No, but no, like I like the second one. I like I thought it started kind of weird at just being in the their world. I think that was the only thing I kind of had to get used to, was being in the real world.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I liked it. I don't know, because that was when it introduced the new Mr. Smith or whatever, and I thought that was cool, and him being able to take advantage of his powers more. And I really liked the chase scene as well in that one. So that's like part of the reason I wanted a bike.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a motorcycle. Just
that highway scene.
Even though I will never do that. But
I always felt like the second one was kind of weak, but it was just kind of like the way the movie was structured, because it was the second part and it was leading into the third. And then the third I thought was fantastic. I love the third.
Yeah, I have a hard time actually deciding whether I like the first one or the third one better. Yeah. Like, because I like the third one so much. And the only saving grace for the second one is that the third one came out so soon after.
Yeah.
Like they were literally like 6 months apart in theaters. I remember that. And it was,
I was actually watching a review on the series the other day online where a guy was talking about it. He said something that was pretty much perfect. Why I know you said you guys like the third. Third is great, but for me, it'll always be the first. Pretty much because that was the one with the best story in it.
Yeah.
And number 2 was like flat out action, and it was like, well, where'd the story go? We still need some story elements to this thing. And then the third one again kind of put some story back into it. Just people might have got more confused with that one, but that first one, man.
Well, and it makes sense though, because the first one was kind of meant to be like standalone, and then the other two just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Like the first one is fine on its own, and then the other two are kind of whatever.
Nobody would have been pissed off if they had never made a second and third one, like because the first one was so good.
Let alone a fourth and a fifth, which I think they are making a fifth one.
Really?
Apparently, I think so. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm talking about the Matrix still.
Oh, Matrix! No.
I was talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, I actually never seen those.
Yeah.
What?
You're missing out.
Never seen them.
Seen a Pirates?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh. See, I've only seen, I think, the first one, really. I don't remember seeing the full length of the ones that followed that. So
you're fine.
Yeah. The first one's a pretty solid movie. So pretty good stuff.
Hey. But as far as, I don't know, because another one of my favorite movies has got to be Tron, for sure. I'm with you on that, Steven.
Yeah.
When I went to see Tron Legacy, I still hadn't even seen the first one, but for some reason I knew I wanted to see it in IMAX in 3D.
Oh yeah.
So I love that movie and could watch that one a lot. And I really like Avatar.
Yeah, I love Avatar too. That's a great movie. I know it's not like the most original thing ever. I just like the setting and
I like the first watch of it, but the second watch through, I was like, man, I can't believe I sat through this the first time.
I've watched it. I think I watched it like 6 times in a weekend.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I've seen it probably 30 times. Like it is a common rewatched movie at my house.
Yep. No, there's that. And then we could start going into musicals. But
the producers.
Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain. I love Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain's great.
How to succeed in business without even really trying. Did you ever see that one?
No.
You should watch that one. It's really good.
Rock of Ages? Just putting it out there.
How about Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny? Is that?
Yeah, there you go.
That's a musical.
That's a great movie.
Where the misty mountains fly.
That is a great movie.
Trying to protect me. Sorry.
You can sing that movie. That's a great one. I didn't even like really know Jack Black's music before that movie, and I was like, this is amazing.
I've been listening.
Well, most of the world did not agree with you with that movie. What were you trying to say, Chance?
I remember listening to Tenacious D like in high school, and then I don't know, X amount of years later, I hear that this movie's coming out, and I'm just like baffled. But it was great because I think Jack Black is funny. I mean, not everybody does.
Yeah,
but I think he's funny, and I think the other guy, Kyle Gass, is pretty funny too. So
he can tear up a guitar, man.
Yeah, they can. They both can.
What's the first Tenacious D song I ever heard was "Effort Gently." That was like the very first one that led me into them.
Me too.
So
anyway, while we're on the topic of music, how about your favorite recording artist?
Well, I had a Tron question real quick.
What's that?
Okay.
I need to go back to Tron Legacy because, man, the first time at least going in the theater seeing Tron Legacy, I wanted to just go back in there and watch it again because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Now, what was it that some people, can you guys kind of point out to me or lead me to what some people didn't like about it? Because it didn't get the greatest reviews. I don't know if I've got some blinders on, Dustin, or what's up?
It's kind of the same thing. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with, like, Drakengard 3 that we've seen, with that review. And it's just like, the reviewers, it just wasn't their cup of tea. You have these people that like certain kind of movies, and you make them sit down and watch a sci-fi movie, and all of a sudden they hate it. But then when you talk to people who watch the movie, like just normal people, they love it.
Yeah.
Like, I have not met a person yet that have watched Tron Legacy and said, oh, I don't like that. It's a visually amazing movie. It's got a great father and son storyline. The music is astounding. I mean, everything about the movie is fantastic, but yet, people watch it, and one of the big things that people said about it was lacking a human story, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? But, when you talk to people about it, people love it, so...
And I really like the casting, like with his son, he was kind of an unknown, but I think the guy who played the son did a great job.
Yeah.
Playing him.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely didn't know about him till before that movie, and then he was during the making of that movie, he was filming Country Strong with Gwyneth Paltrow, and I know before that he was in Four Brothers.
Oh yeah, he was in Four Brothers.
I love Four Brothers.
And yeah, I love Four Brothers too, but I really kind of biased towards any Mark.
You guys getting that feedback? Sorry.
Yeah, is he the guy in Friday Night Lights too? The movie.
I think he was. Hold on, I got the.
Yeah, I think he was in there too.
Tim McGraw's son in that movie.
Yeah.
I remember the guy. Like, I never seen Tron Legacy, but I know the guy though.
Yep, Garrett Helland, or however you say his name.
Yeah, what is it? I can't remember.
He was really good in that movie too.
Yeah.
He was also in what's that movie, Aragon or whatever?
Oh yeah. I actually like that movie, but I've never read the book or anything.
We were talking about something, and someone brought up Aragon. I don't know when it was, but oh well. Okay, now you can talk about music. Just wanted to touch on Tron. Sorry.
Supposedly they're getting ready to make the next one.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm stoked.
So, yep.
I need to catch up.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'll definitely be awesome when they do that.
So go ahead. Favorite recording artist?
Right now, I'm not sure. I know. I'm all over the place when it comes to this stuff because I really do like a little bit of everything. But right now, I'm pretty hooked on. I've been listening to Daft Punk a ton since I borrowed that album. And
that was your cue to cheer, Chance. Yeah.
But no, I'm really hooked on Ellie Goulding right now.
I do really enjoy her voice. Sometimes her the arrangements of her songs I don't really care much for, but I do really enjoy her voice.
I have to look who that is because I've never heard of her.
What a nerd.
Honestly, you probably heard her stuff, but
Nerd alert.
He didn't realize who it was.
Yeah,
I don't listen to any current radio, so if it's current music, then if it's like 2007 and later, I probably don't know. She's cute. Okay.
that's all he needs. Yeah, that's all I need to know.
Well, the picture to this podcast, the thumbnail is going to be that Sin City poster.
Oh, evergreen. How can you say no to that?
So, what Daft Punk album are you talking about? The latest one?
Yeah, just their newest one. And luckily, I whenever I don't really feel like an album, like I don't feel like it's really that great. I just continue to listen to it, and it's like this one the first time around, I was like, what am I even listening to?
Yeah.
And then I just hadn't really heard any of their stuff outside of Tron.
Well, and in this album, it sounds nothing like anything that they've done, really. Like they went a definite new direction with this album, but I really like it. It's a lot different, but it's still, the heart of it is still Daft Punk.
More of a 70s vibe.
Yeah, 70s pop, almost disco-y funk. It's strange,
awesome.
but it's strange. But I mean, I can understand how people are polarized on it too, because it's not the same as other things that they've done, especially the Tron soundtrack, which I know garnered them a lot of fans, because they did such a good job with that.
Yeah, no, I really did like the Tron soundtrack. I just, anytime I was on the motorcycle, I'd be listening to that and just like, I'd be wanting to just fly down the freeway, and I'm like, okay, I gotta contain myself.
I actually really like the remixed version of the soundtrack. They released it. I didn't actually buy it. I listened to it on Spotify, but I don't know if they've done every track, but I know there's a couple of tracks that they did like 2 or 3 different ways, remixed by different people. So yeah, if you haven't listened to that, you should definitely check that out too.
I've probably listened to some of that. I need to actually go out and like pay for that album at some point. But
yeah, it's good. Both of them are.
But no, I like that, and I really like U2 also.
Oh yeah.
Like
I've never been a fan, but they have a ton of fans, so they must be good somehow.
I like how you said oh yeah, never really been a fan.
Well, I mean, I don't hate them,
but hey, a lot of people like them, so
U2, God. But it's, I don't know. I'm not gonna bash on them.
Oh yeah.
I remember back in the day listening to the War album and Sunday Bloody Sunday, and Seconds is one of the songs. I don't know. I remember really liking that, and then they came out with U2 Pop, and I was probably 13 or something when that came out, and it was completely different than any of their other albums, and so it took a while for it to grow on me. And then they had an album come out a few years back called No Line on the Horizon, and I listened to that one a ton, and it's just, I don't know, it's real. It almost seems kind of depressing, just because it's more of a kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not good with words.
Use your words, Ducky. Use your words.
So these hand motions, these aren't doing anything for y'all?
No.
But no, it's just, God, is anyone else getting an echo over there?
No, we're good now.
I got a little
okay.
bit.
For a split second I did, but you're good.
But no, I really liked that album, and the reason I listened to that one was because my brother got tickets to one of their shows, and so I found that out maybe a couple weeks before we were going. So I was like, I guess I better know some of their new stuff, and I got pretty hooked on that too. So I've always been a fan of U2 and I guess other old bands like Pink Floyd and I don't know, Metallica.
Yeah,
I don't know how much of Metallica I like. I haven't really... No, I do like some of their newer album too, but I didn't really have as much respect for them until I was playing Rock Band or Guitar Hero, and I actually had to listen to the drums and listen to the riffs and different stuff, and I was like, holy shit, these guys are awesome.
And they did most of that horrifically drunk too.
Yeah. Alcoholica.
Yeah. There was only one U2 album that I bought, and that was Zooropa. And I don't know if you know what that album is, but it's the one that has Numb on it and Lemon.
Yeah.
It's their weird album. I really love that album, but I never really got around to buying other U2 albums.
See, yeah, I liked that album, and there's a while where I didn't like pop, but I knew all the songs because my brother liked U2 Pop. And then now thinking back on it, it's like, oh, that's a really cool album, and I do like that. But I don't know. It's there's so much music, but yeah, right now I've just been hooked on Ellie for I don't know the past year or so.
Yeah, you got my wife hooked on her too.
You're welcome.
Well, cool deal. Well, that'll wrap up the big three. The only thing I can think about when you're all talking about that is you start to talk about those older bands. But just from getting off watching Freaks and Geeks again, I guess you're not allowed to like the Grateful Dead, and you're not allowed to like Rush or something. You either choose one side.
Oh, that's funny.
You can't like both of them. Like, why not? Why can't you like both? Anyways, while it's fresh, go ahead.
But I was just gonna say there was a while I didn't like Rush just because of hearing the same songs on the same two of their songs or something. But then
was one of them Tom Sawyer?
Well, and see that one I actually do like. I think
Capture the mystery.
I didn't like that one for a while until like Rock Band or something, and I was like, oh man, I like this song.
Dude, Radio butchers Rush. They have such a good catalog of songs, but
yeah.
Like, they play the same freaking ones over and over, and it drives people insane.
Yeah, I can listen. Working Man never gets old to me, even though the radio plays it nonstop. Call me the working man.
That's old school Rush, too.
Yeah. A nice solo in the middle.
That was before Neil Peart was in the band, so they hadn't gone off, like, doing the progressive rock thing, really. That was when they were pretty straightforward rock and roll.
Oh, yeah. Well, since we are a gaming podcast, we'll get back to the games now.
Yeah.
And since it's fresh on our minds, I just want to talk about the experience we just had for like the last 2.5, 3 hours with Mario Kart 8. Everyone's going to see the podcast, the gameplay footage of it, hopefully, if everything worked out correctly, which I think it did, in beautiful HD on our YouTube page for Another Gaming Podcast. But that was one fun night of gaming, gentlemen, on some Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, it's pretty interactive.
Yeah,
I think so far it might have the most cursing in it. I don't know. I have to go back and listen to the Grub Gun episode, but it might have the most. And then there was the night we kept calling you a cunt, Steven, but
well, and wouldn't you know it, Mike was on both episodes.
Yeah.
The Mario Kart and the CUNT night.
Yeah,
But just quick takeaways from this game. I was so impressed by how the online, everyone gives Nintendo kind of a hard time on their network, and how the eShop kind of is lagging behind with PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, and it just seemed behind the times in it. But when it comes to their first-party games like this, like even on Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, the network connection was practically flawless. I mean, smooth as gravy and no lag for me. And I think it was the same way for you guys, right? From your point of view.
It was great.
Which, considering that this is the weekend that Mario Kart came out,
yeah,
that's pretty impressive since
yeah,
I'm sure a ton of people are on it.
Yeah, the most people that are going to play it at the same time is this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
And we had full lobbies, 12 people, and just no hiccups. I mean, some people... We had a connection error. So if you let your controller sit there for too long, it will kick you, saying, "Oh, you're not playing, so get out." Yeah. And it'll give you a connection failure. And sometimes it would just kind of kick people once in a blue moon. But other than that,
nothing like Street Fighter, though.
Take that, Capcom.
We couldn't even get Alex to even get in like a match or two, which was, man, I felt so bad.
Yeah, he wasn't missing much.
No.
Just me getting my butt handed to me.
It was funny. I tried to hold in a laugh earlier because he put in the chat here. Since he kind of jetted out really quick, he's like, "Sorry, I had to jet suddenly." But gotta say, 8th to 10th place was fun. So getting back racing. But it was we had a good group of people tonight. We had again from all over the world playing with us. Some Europeans, Canadians, Americans. We're all gathered today, just having a good time at Mario Kart. But what's some stuff that really stuck out to you guys in it, other than the network?
The nothing but bombs race.
that is a highlight. If for Mario Kart 8, you can go in and kind of edit out the match, and it'll give you not a bunch of selections, but you can change a few items here and there. And I selected bombs only, and the first few moments of a bombs only run are some of the most hectic moments in racing history, and you guys will be witness to that when we get it on there. What about you, Ducky? What kind of stuck out to you?
My inability to play. I don't know. There wasn't much happening back where I was. I'm gonna have to go back to playing with my girlfriend, who's even less experienced at that as me. So I feel like I have a fair chance.
It kind of became a regular sight in the game when playing. It'd kind of be me, Alex, and Ducky in the back somewhere, and Mike and Senkai up front somewhere. And everyone else jumbled around in the middle. And just when we think we're doing good, rolling in second or third, by the end we're in the back again somewhere. So never failed.
But I did feel like it was more fair playing with y'all than against the computer, because there was a lot less swearing tonight than there was the night before when I was playing against the computer.
But you, Chance.
Oh, go ahead, Chance.
Yeah.
I was going to say, being that this was my first real experience with Mario Kart, I mean, I've played it a little bit in the past. I've played the Super Nintendo one a little bit. I'm sure at some point I've played the N64 one. But I just really like the variety of maps. I think that there's like a really nice variety of maps. And like if you have played the past ones, there's I'd say is it half of the maps are remakes of old maps, and then there's a good half that's all new. And I just really thought there were some that are really, really short, some that are pretty long, and I just thought that there was a lot of variety. So it really does make for a good, game night sort of thing, because every map is kind of a new experience, for a while, It was really, really great.
It was. And what were you going to say, Dustin?
I was just going to... It's kind of a bad point of the game, but I think we can all agree about how lackluster the battle mode was. I mean, they're talking about it a lot out there, like in reviews and stuff. But they really need to release some arenas for the battle mode, because doing it on a track is just not very good.
I don't think Ducky would agree with you, because he succeeded, and then
I actually did do decent at that.
That's where Ducky shined, but. I would agree. I think that will happen, because Nintendo is getting better with the network stuff.
Yeah.
Like they said, they put out that Rusty's Real Deal Baseball to test the waters on how they could do all this. And they got the map packs coming out for Mario Golf. So hopefully they can easily implement just a few arenas.
I think they will, because this is kind of their cash cow right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like Alex said tonight, there was more. Because he got his copy at Nintendo World in New York, he said there was more copies going out as Wii U bundles than just the game itself. So that's good news.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Means they're selling systems for Mario Kart, so it'd definitely be in their best interest to keep the Mario Kart people happy.
Even in like I was saying, in my area, the day I picked my game up, I had a break between. I got off work and I had to work overtime that evening. So I went and grabbed the game because I pre-ordered it at Target, and I forgot to go get it the day before when I said I could. It just slipped my mind on my way home. So I went to get it. They didn't have any more copies in stock at Target. Even no more systems either with the bundle. And I had a few more moments, so I went over to the GameStop that's right beside Target, and they had no more copies of the game. And they said the other 3 stores that are in the city had no more copies of Mario Kart unless you pre-ordered it. So this game sold like hotcakes, at least in my area, and I don't know.
But they said it was going to be the worst-selling Mario Kart of all time.
But I don't know who's saying that, because they're probably wrong.
I don't remember if it was Kotaku or if it was Joystick or it was somebody, because Craig TV and Lust talked about it in his defending Mario videos.
Listen, Mr. G81 can only reach out to so many people.
I know.
So people bought this game.
I know.
And man, if you didn't, it was a great day to be a Nintendo fan the past couple of days and be a Wii U owner.
Yeah,
because that game is just awesome.
It's just incredibly fun, and that's the whole point. And it's just icing on the cake that the network works so well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think another interesting thing is that it's making me want to play my Wii U. I have 10 games sitting here on the shelf for the Wii U, and it's now I want to kind of throw in Warriors Orochi and play that, because it's it's been a while since I've sat down with the Wii U and really played it for a long period of time. And, I've been playing Mario Kart pretty much since I got it yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, man, this is a really great system. There's so much potential here.
Yeah.
That game is beautiful to look at. I think everyone agrees that Mario Kart is stunning to look at.
Yeah.
And it controlled just wonderfully, in my opinion, like we were talking about during the race.
Sure.
It was great.
I agree.
Some people decided to take shortcuts through lava and everything, but those of us who didn't figured the controls were pretty good.
I like that there's so many different options for control, too. Like, you can use, the tilt controls. You can use a Wiimote, Nunchuck, Pro Controller, Classic Controller Pro, Gamepad. I mean, there's just a ton of options, so, like, you can find what you like best. I mean, it's not like you're just stuck to waggle controls.
And with the customization options, too, of your cart, that's really cool. And, again, some of us chose to keep it balanced, and we picked normal carts, while some of us who already put 14 hours in the game decided to pick supercars. So, but it's all good. We still had fun. It was a blast. So I'm looking forward to another game night with that. We keep saying we want to have all these game nights with other games, but it's going to be. It can't be a game night. We could just all meet up, no recording.
If we could get together and play, and you'll have to record it if you don't want to.
So,
good time. No, it's definitely that's the only game that I can remember. Like I said, buying brand new. I've never pre-ordered a game ever. But just the way that Mario games go, and they take so long to go down in price, and it's just like, you know what? Screw it. I'll get it now while it's new and fresh, and just do it that way. That's one of the ones that I can justify doing that with, because it's a multiplayer game that I'll play with my girlfriend, and she'll be able to join in. Whereas other games, I just I don't. If I even play them, I think that and the other game that's gotten the most action on the Wii U is Scribblenauts.
Yeah, that's a good game though. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because you can do a lot of stuff on it. But no, she'll play that. She's the one that's played that, and she's put like 6 or 7 hours into it, I think, which is more than I've even played the Wii U. So, but I was there too when that was happening.
Also, I just wanted to again thank everyone who came out to that. It was awesome. We did have a lot of just listeners come out this time more than normal. People who just listened to the show. Some of Dustin's personal friends came and hung out. Yep. That was cool. I wonder how it was on their end, Dustin, just both being on the same screen, because it has the 2-player online feature, which I thought is awesome that Nintendo did that. And it seemed like they raced okay, because Chad and them were doing pretty good. We're sorry if I put his name out there, but
well,
it's going to be on the video.
Yeah, it's going to be on the video.
Oh, exactly. So,
but yeah, they seem to have a good time.
And shouts out to No Steps to Death for coming, hang out with those lowly YouTubers on the low ground, and since she's big status, but that was pretty cool having her in there for a couple races. And after she kicked our butt, she's like, "All right, I'll head on out." But that was cool stuff, man. Looking forward to that again. Well, you guys want to go?
Shout out on her Twitter page too.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Thanks, Steph.
Nice. So maybe this episode right now that we're having is one that people are going to hear first, and I'm going to make y'all famous.
You don't know how famous we are.
No pressure, Ducky. No pressure.
Man. Oh, you said it was on Twitter? I don't do Twitter, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Too old for Twitter. Too old for Twitter.
How about we go into? Well, I had it up here. You guys want to just go into some questions from the last podcast,
or do you want to talk about the Ducky's projects?
Questions first, then Ducky's project. We'll get this stuff out the way.
All right.
We'll tease people with the good stuff. Yeah. Not that your questions aren't good, fans. They're great questions.
Oh God! Way to throw a monkey wrench on Steven. Jesus.
Okay, here we go. The Gamer GRM. Question for next week's podcast. E3 right around the corner. Any chance you guys are doing a podcast of reactions to the press conferences for Microsoft and Sony? Huh. Good question, Gamer GRM. As a matter of fact, I believe we are going to try to do something. I don't know if you guys are even off those days or what times they start. But
I'd have to look.
Yeah, if we're off and able to, I know we want to do it. I know I'm off on those days. I don't know about anybody else.
I don't
It's
even
the
know what
weekend.
days they were.
Monday, Tuesday.
Oh.
And I know Sony normally holds theirs for the evening time, so that should be possible like last year.
Yeah.
Sometimes Microsoft will start theirs at like
Noon.
1. Like, what are they like, okay, who's going to watch that on a Monday? So good thinking on their part. So I guess I kind of answered that one. Okay, here we go. If you could, oh man, Eric the Sprite. This is a toughie, guys. If you can make a party of 5 people from all of your favorite RPGs, who would it consist of? And pick the developer to make the game. Eric, what are you doing, man? You're killing us, man.
That's like a whole episode.
How about we all pick one, and then that'll be our party, and then we'll just pick a developer.
That's only 4.
It's our podcast. We can answer however we want to answer the question.
Okay. Well, we won't be really answering it if we only pick 4.
Someone else can pick a 5th then. Okay.
Eric the Sprite will be the 5th character.
If you could pick a party of 5 people, okay, we gotta have a smart person in the party. So who would be our intelligent person?
Like people from games or like
real
real life?
Said you're from your favorite RPGs. Okay. I want Nier in my. I know he's from.
I was gonna say
Nier, one, but I want him in our party.
He's our bruiser.
Yeah.
But let's see.
I'm not gonna be able to help any on this.
We need a magic user, so why don't we go with, I don't know, Vivi?
Do we need Sid in here since he's in every other RPG? No, he's not gonna. Sid from all the Final Fantasy.
Oh, which one?
I had it on tip of the tongue. I want one of your favorite characters, Dustin, in here.
Oh yeah.
We need Snow. He's got to be.
Oh fuck's sake! Party's ruined. Game over.
Any come to your mind, Chance? You're Barbarian from Diablo 3.
There you go. Doom the Barbarian. Yeah. Dude, totally.
From Diablo 3. We got a pretty strong front line. Now we need some support in the back. Like Dustin said, Magic. You said you want Vivi?
Sure.
We can roll with that.
Gotta have a healer.
You gotta have a healer.
Your character from Final Fantasy 14. You were a great healer.
I got yelled at like every fight.
Healer.
Yuna, Final Fantasy X.
Sure.
Yeah, Yuna was a good healer and summons.
Yeah, she got the summons.
Yeah,
too.
had the summons too.
She kicks ass.
And now the hard part.
Ducky, you gotta give us one more. Just give us a character. Give us someone, Ducky. An action RPG, anything.
Adol. I don't know.
Hey. Well, we got a heavy front line, but yeah, we'll take them. We'll take the adventurer. But now the developer. This is where the debate can happen. I will go with Monolith Soft next.
I just got done with Valkyria Chronicles, so I'll go with Sega Overworks.
Whoa, that's out of left field. Chance, who's your developer? Is he still there?
I was gonna say, is he?
Do we drop him?
He is not. Let me get him back in here.
Apparently he's too hot.
It got too stressful for him.
He said, "Forget it. Those aren't real answers." There he is. He's back.
What happened?
You were just about to pick who you want to develop this game of an amazing cast of characters.
Me?
Yeah. Who would you want to develop it?
John Romero.
He's developing this RPG.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, Chance, did you ever play the Doom RPG?
No. I think is it on iOS only, or is it on PC too?
I don't know about that. I'll have to look.
You know, I've always wanted to play the Doom board game. It like from what I've seen from it, it feels like a Doom RPG. It feels like Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's set up kind of like that. And I really wanted to play that. So yeah.
I didn't even know they had a Doom board game. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, look up some YouTube footage like of people playing it because it's it's kind of cool. Like they can add corridors and stuff. It's pretty cool.
You know, I always want to look up.
Go ahead. I was gonna say there's actually an iOS game based on the board game too.
Oh, wow. Anytime I want to look up footage of a board game on, Anytime I look up footage of people actually playing through a board game, they never like have it on YouTube. It kind of disappoints me. Other than tabletop, I can't ever find someone playing through a full round of the game. There was one on AVGN about just unleashing a tornado like down the mountain, and it will knock you off. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like this. You can push a button. All you're doing is moving the characters. You're trying to climb this mountain up a trail. And you just hit a button, and this tornado comes just rolling down the mountain. It's like a spinning top. And if it hits your character and knocks it off the mountain, you got to restart. So it's like, wow, I'd just love to watch a full playthrough of that game and nothing.
Yeah, AVGN actually has a lot of older stuff.
But most of them are like they're not even serious playing it. So I'm like, that's where I saw it. Was on Board James.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I've seen a few of those episodes.
What about you, Ducky? Who's making this game?
You know, I didn't even know what developers were until I heard y'all start talking about them, so I have no idea.
Why is this guy on the show? Who invited him here?
Because I want people to appreciate Chance more. So, like, okay, Chance is a real gamer, not Ducky.
Who invited him to the game nights? How did he sneak into here? All right. Sorry, Eric, I know we kind of butchered your question, man. We just had fun with it, but that's kind of a heavy one. We could do a whole episode on almost. All right. Next one from Miko Pura. What are some overrated games in your opinion? Just feel like you need some dislikes to get it going. We actually did a whole show on this early on in our time here. I forget what episode it is, but I would suggest going back and doing that one. I think we've said GTA.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Some of us said Pokemon. Chance probably doesn't agree with that one, but I remember we all went around and said what we thought was overrated.
Was I on that episode? I don't really remember doing that.
I don't think you were, but I can't remember. But we did do an overrated one. And I think everyone agreed that GTA was pretty overrated. I mean, they get great scores, but it just kind of seemed like rehashes, in my opinion. So, anyone else got anything else they could throw out there real quick?
I can't even offer any input.
That's becoming too stable here, Ducky.
Yeah, it's like seriously, I haven't played anything enough.
Yeah,
and really, the games I hear about more, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we all know about all the Call of Duties or whatever, which are actually pretty fun. I'm just awful at.
Yeah,
but
I know a personal one for me that can gather some dislikes for us was Chrono Trigger. I still don't see what everyone's so hyped about that game for. It seemed kind of boring to me, but it truly is on some list the number one RPG of all time.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Anyone else?
I think it could be said that most AAA games are kind of overrated, but that's that it's all in the eye of the beholder. Though I mean, an overrated game doesn't mean that it's not fun.
Yeah,
it just means it's just overrated. It's not as
Watch
good
Dogs.
as the hype.
Yeah. I haven't played it yet, but I think Watch Dogs is just was overhyped and overrated.
Yeah, I already hate it, and I don't even know what it's about.
He already hates it. I mean, I actually want to play it, but I just think it's getting overrated. It doesn't look like it changed the game like people kept saying it was going to. So, anything from you, Dustin?
We all know what one I think's overrated. We don't have to say it here.
We don't need to say it again.
We don't need to say it again.
Doom.
What?
Yeah, we'll move on. A
Yes,
little piece of me dies every time I hear it when he says it. Okay. Next thing. Oh, that was just Alex explaining why he died in Diablo 3. More question. Okay, what's another one from the gamer GRM. What's your take on the new trailer for Sunset Overdrive? Are you interested? I think that's the one. Guys were doing, or no?
I don't remember. It was the really cartoony one.
That cartoony one. Yeah, I didn't see the new trailer, so
I haven't either.
Can't really answer. I know from the first trailer I wasn't interested though.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in that either.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, me.
I actually kind of forgot about it.
Me too.
And so, yeah, not interested.
All right. From Frabry Lawn. Love the podcast. Can't stop listening to you guys on my iPod. I actually have a question for you. Favorite villains of all time? Not necessary from RPGs, and more than one if necessary. Caius from Final Fantasy 13-2. Go someone else.
So just favorite villain from anything?
Yep.
Mmm.
Doesn't have to be an RPG, he said.
Mmm. Trying to think that God, these questions are getting so in depth.
I know.
Depth, but it's just like Jesus, God. There's the standby from my youth, which is Kefka, because he's just pure evil. There's no redeeming quality to him whatsoever.
Yeah.
And of course, Greg will, pitch a fit if I don't mention Luca Blight.
Lightning bolts in the new Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Hate
God.
those things.
Yeah. I really like King Bohan from Heavenly Sword. It's not that he's like the greatest villain of all time. Like I just like the character a lot. Like he just like really just. And it's because of Andy Serkis's fantastic job as performing the part. Like he just was a really great villain character. Even though like I know Heavenly Sword isn't by far on anyone's greatest game of all time list, but is just a good memorable villain.
Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2 is pretty entertaining. I know none of you guys have played the game, but he's a highly entertaining villain in a game. I can't think of any more. Jumping to the top of my head. How about you, Ducky? Do you have some input on this one?
I'm trying to think of something, and I really should have at least something in that, but
you can fall back on Bowser if you need to.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was gonna say. It's like the only villain I know. Which of Bowser, I don't know. Mario 64 Bowser is pretty fun to beat, but I don't know. Are there like any villains in Super Smash Brothers that are pretty badass in that?
Ganon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's a villain in a game that's like the bad guy in the Patriot. Like you just hate him that much. If there's
now, what about a villain you play?
A villain you play as?
Yeah, because I guess you could take like the old Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic games.
That's what I was going to say.
Because you can kind of balance it by
good and evil,
or even in Mass Effect. I mean, if you play as a renegade in that, you're kind of a villain.
I think that's good enough. I think those answers are good.
The Joker. Okay, but didn't the Joker suck in I don't even know.
In the NES game?
Yeah.
He was a pushover in that one, man. If you ever played Batman.
If you can get to him.
Yeah, if you can get to him.
Yeah, I don't think I made it.
All right, I think that's good for an answer. Good answers, guys. All right, let me see. I don't think we have any more.
There's a ton on the page.
Well, if there's one that pokes out to you on the page, go ahead and read it.
Well, Mike wrote a whole bunch again.
Oh no.
Matt wrote 11.
Good God.
Oh, actually, you know what? We have to give. We need to give some couple of our Facebook users some shout outs real quick.
Yeah.
With Matt Blake being one of them. We said on the last podcast episode, we really did want to see people get more involved in the community and talking to each other. And we know that I screwed up the Facebook page by not letting people be able to see y'all's posts easy enough. But Matt Blake and Sarah, I mean, you guys have been some top-notch people in the community in there. Whether you're posting stuff on there or just getting some conversation going and going back and forth with each other. The newest guy in there, Eric, who we just answered one of his questions, is Sprite. He's been getting active in there.
Ty Kim has been...
Ty Kim, too. From the beginning, Ty Kim's been in there.
Yeah.
And saying stuff. So I really appreciate it, guys, and you guys being active in the community there. So where do you see the questions at?
Sebastian Olsen is also posting a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get back to the thing. So I was looking to... I probably should have looked at this before.
Because I don't see the questions.
Yeah, they're in the one where I have the picture from Duck Amuk. Talking about how we're getting ready for another one. Let me see if Mike actually asks. Cause he always asks these little shit-eating questions. Which movie do you want to see as a video game, and which genre would it be in?
Man, I feel like we probably answered this too.
We probably have.
Oh, which movie do I want to see as a video game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which movie? Oh man.
And then the genre.
I'd want to see, just because it might be a stupid answer, but that movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise has just come out, looks cool, and reminds me of Halo. I'd play a game like that if it kind of played like a Halo game. That'd be pretty cool.
Pacific Rim would be good as a game.
Ooh, that's an awesome choice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But I don't know if I'd want it to be like an action game or if I want it to be like a fighting game.
That could make a good like strategy RPG, grid-based, in my opinion. Just because I played a game that had like chibi-style G Gundams in a strategy game like that. So that's what I'm picturing. That'd be cool. What about you guys, Ducky?
Oh, give me a minute.
He wants Twilight the game. We get it. Okay,
hey, what about
you get it?
What about Doom the movie? They should make that a game.
He plays a rock.
Better the movie, the game.
I'd play as a rock mowing down people. That'd be awesome.
Brokeback Mountain would make a great video game, just not on Nintendo's console.
Ooh, he did not just go there.
Independence Day.
There you
I
go.
can see Independence Day, yeah.
I'm looking at my movies right now, trying to find one, and that one popped out.
Nice.
I should really be looking ahead of these questions. Matt, why'd you ask so many questions?
Tremors. Tremors, the game.
When you were speaking about, you said it's a regularly watched movie with your avatar, that is always getting watched in my home. And I've already said to Dustin, if movie night happens, that's going to be a movie that we're watching.
Dude, I freaking love Tremors. I have the quadrilogy.
How did that get funding?
Huh?
You broke out. I didn't hear the question.
I said, how did that movie get funding?
Which one?
I think the third and the fourth one were like made for TV, like Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they were. I saw one of them on there, just the tail end of it, and I was just like, what?
And the fourth one is actually like a prequel. Like it's before the first one.
Oh yeah, I can't find that question thing. You see any more on there? You want to ask us one on Matt?
Yeah, well, I'm going through all of Matt's. He wants me. There's one he wanted me to answer about how and when did I become a sailor, and he's talking about I guess because in the early part of my channel, I wasn't very. It's kind of like Johnny Millennium's channel. His video game channel is very friendly, but then when he was on like the podcast, he was just cussing all the time. You know what I mean? Because And he also wants me to talk about how I always butcher the English language, which that is just a thing. I'm using a digital keyboard. I can't type very well. That's just that.
But we can edit those now.
Can we on mobile?
Yeah, you just have to hold down your finger over it, and it pops up. I just found that out the other day.
Fantastic. Because I'm always posting stuff while I'm out,
Yeah.
But then oh, go ahead, Ducky. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say the thing that made me laugh about that is when you were saying that you butcher the English language. You couldn't even say English right. And you're like, English. English language.
English language.
Yeah.
And then when did I become a sailor about my cursing? I've always been a swearer. And that's because I don't believe in bad words. I just believe in bad intentions. So, like, I can say fuck. And that's not a bad word to me because it's just a word and there's no context to it. But if I say Steven is a fuck, then there's a bad, then there's
Why did
a bad
it have to be me?
So. It's always you.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Have any of you guys ever felt embarrassed to admit liking a video game when you were younger or anything of the sort? I don't think it was so much admitting to liking a video game, but I think we're all from the era that when you were a kid, you just didn't talk about liking video games. Like, you went over to friends' houses and they would have a Sega there, and you'd be like, oh, great, that's fun, and the Nintendo there.
Yeah.
But, like, out in recess, you would never talk about it. Even if you both knew that you liked video games, you just wouldn't talk about it because someone would beat you up for being a nerd.
I know for me, when I was younger, I played games, but it was a long time till I had my first console. I was older, maybe around the 8, 9 year old range. And at that time, I only had like 2 games, so it's not like I was going around telling everyone I was playing the same 2 games all the time at school. But I was more like outside playing and doing all sorts of stuff like that. But when I did start getting into more video games and everything, I wasn't ashamed at all. I actually would go into during lunch, even not allowed to, even at sitting at a table, I'd whip out Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something to start playing in front of people. I did not care, was not ashamed or embarrassed of anything.
Yeah, so. I can't really think like of a specific game that made me embarrassed that I liked.
When I first got into Pokemon, it was kind of one of those things you didn't want to tell your friends. Like, okay, maybe I don't want to tell them that I play this. And especially because I remember the first time I played the game, I had actually borrowed it from someone like 2 grades younger than me. So it's like, here I am, embarrassed to be playing the game in the first place. And not only that, but I borrowed it from a guy in 2 classes under me. This was, whatever age. So for a while there, that bothered me, but then I didn't really care after a while.
I was also confident if anyone wanted to make fun of something I would do, I would just punch him in the nose, and I'd be okay with that. So it wouldn't bother me.
And then we got, sorry. We got one more.
What about you, Ducky?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ducky.
Oh, yeah, because of, all the input I've provided thus far. Yeah. I don't really remember being ashamed of games. I probably was more ashamed of not having games. And
he actually just started playing games last year. So
yeah, right.
Too ashamed.
He got his first game last year.
Shit, my collection went from the NES and Game Gear and Nintendo 64 games that I had in storage to it blew up to now I've got like 700 games I don't play. Yeah. So it's like I have to change that. But no, we had the NES when I was younger, but even then we got that I guess in '88. So it's not like it was old then, but it had definitely been out a few years. And then we weren't even allowed to play it for more than like an hour on the weekend. So we couldn't progress in anything anyway. So of course RPGs, like just looking at Zelda, watching people play it, I had no idea what the hell was going on. And I was like, I don't even know what kind of game this is. All I know is Mario. Mm-hmm. And so, and then I remember friends having Sega, and I really wanted a Sega just because of Sonic, and we loved Sonic back in the day, even though I probably haven't made it past like first levels and that. Yeah. And it was never a thing of being ashamed to, owning or playing a game, just because I would always want to go to people's houses, and I'd want to know my friends that had games so I could go play their systems, because we didn't have anything after the NES until like I got a Game Gear, and that was all I had growing up.
Man, a Game Gear?
Yeah, and I still have my original Game Gear, but
nice. Of course, but did you actually play on it?
I definitely played Sonic. I really liked Sonic Drift because it was a racing game, and we had a game called MotoGP, I think, that motorcycle racing game. So of course I loved that. And then what I had was the Star. I played the shit out of that game, but and because that one was like a platformer and it was more slower play, like Mario as opposed to the Sonic stuff. But and I liked NBA Jam on that. I'd play that a lot too.
Actually, just recently sent the package to a YouTuber. This won't be spoilers because they'll already have it up by the time this comes out. And I stuck every Game Gear I owned along in that box just because I don't want to take no space anymore in my home.
Nice. See, I've got like 6 Game Gears here. I think like 6 or 7. And of course, most of them don't work. But I didn't know until recently that they re-released, like Majesco put out a Game Gear that had a better LCD screen. And they did that like in 2000, I think, late like 99 or early 2000 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I happened to pick one of those up from Half Price Books out here. But no, it definitely looks better. The quality of the screen, because it's a higher speed screen and got better resolution than the original. So I don't know.
Does it still take 6 batteries?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh God.
I forgot the question we were on now. What was the question we were trying to answer?
Ashamed of games.
Okay, ashamed of games. Okay.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get the Master System converter for the Game Gear.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, which the Majesco one, that one actually wouldn't allow to play with that one. It wouldn't work with that. It's not compatible, but yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah, right.
Was there one more question that pops out to you or not, Dustin? Yeah.
One last one. Balsam Burf. Well, yeah. I'm using his YouTube name because I don't know if he wants his real name out there.
Yeah.
But he wrote three questions, which, a couple of them are pretty short. So, one, are there any arcade games that you wish you could have played but never got a chance to? And he spelled chance with a capital C. So, kind of poking fun there. Ha ha ha. 2, who is your favorite Adventure Time character and why? And 3, what is the best code Easter egg that you've encountered in a game?
Arcade game. I would have loved to have played like fighting games in the arcade. Like going up and playing Street Fighter against people, because I always hear the stories about how the crowd is and just gathering around in the atmosphere.
Until you do it, and then you feel scared for your life.
Well, I'd always lose probably, so I'd just be watching a lot. So that'd just be fun. But it'd be cool to be in that atmosphere. Well, especially if I was good, just sitting there holding it down. Who's next? Put your quarter down. Get beat. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What was part 2? Favorite
Adventure Time character and why?
Finn, just because he's Finn. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of water, but I think that's cool, even though he was. And what was the third one?
The best code Easter egg that you've encountered in a game.
I don't ever encounter or try to hunt down Easter eggs, or if I'm going to, I don't go on my own. I do always enjoy the ones they've put in Halo. More recently, the Conan O'Brien, when him and his Andy are going back and forth. And in Halo 3, where it's the guys from Rooster Teeth, if you backtrack, and they have a little conversation going on. I always thought those were pretty neat, but I'm not a big Easter egg guy or nothing like that.
I always wished especially now, I wish I could have got to play like a lot of the cave shmups and things like that in the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun just to see them on those really nice resolution monitors. My favorite Adventure Time character kind of shifts every episode, but for some reason I love the insanity of Lemon Grab. Just because he just loses his mind every episode. And then the best code or Easter egg, I don't really know. I guess, back in the day, the Justin Bailey thing was really cool because, Metroid is one of those games that you don't really get to... it's really hard to finish the original Metroid because you just get lost.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Justin Bailey code, you get to see Samus was a girl, and it was just kind of mind-blowing that, you thought that this was a badass
spaceman. Yeah.
Spaceman, and then it's like, oh, it's a lady? What? I don't think I've ever found an Easter egg on my own, like not without like direction. But I like the Halo ones too, just because I think they're funny. But I would really like to. I'm with you, Steven, on the fighting games. Like it'd be really cool to, be in an arcade like in like Southern California or something. Where it was like really busy.
Yeah, real big.
With like Street Fighter 2 or Third Strike or even Street Fighter 4, like when it first came out, to be in like a big crowd of people and be a part of, history basically.
Yeah.
When Street Fighter 4 first came out, would be really cool. But and I like Adventure Time, but I don't really watch it enough to justify picking a favorite character, so I'll just say Finn just because.
I was gonna say I was watching the tournament you couldn't watch last weekend because you're the family.
Yeah.
I came home and I told Trish, I was like, I'm gonna be watching this evening in the background, and it caught her attention, and she saw the crowd back there and stuff at the tournament. She's like, whoa, that's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Like this is just it's one of the majors, but it's not the big boy. Evo is the big one, and she said because she knows I want to go to PAX. And she said, would you rather go to PAX or would you rather go to the Evo thing? And I said, Evo, hands down. I'd much rather go to Evo than PAX. It'd probably be cheaper too. And,
it'd be exciting.
That would be just amazing for a weekend over there, seeing the best players go at it and all the hype around. That'd be a great atmosphere to be in.
Yeah, dude.
So,
especially like with Killer Instinct now too, because I love watching Killer Instinct too.
Oh, me too. That's some entertaining stuff right there.
With Ultra coming out this year, it's like, oh my god, it's going to be exciting.
And I was actually pulling for your guy K-Brad the other day.
Dude, I love K-Brad. I don't care what you say.
Listen, he's okay. I don't hate the guy.
I know you
don't hate him. And I was pulling for him, man. It was a very good match that I was telling you about that he got eliminated in.
I absolutely love the trio currently right now on Excellent Adventures.
Excellent Adventures.
with Gutex, K-Brad, and Mike Ross, just because they are so funny, like going off of each other. Like it's just incredibly fun to watch, and I think that they're all three, some of the best players, around right now. Yeah. Especially when Infiltration was on there too. That was cool.
It was cool seeing him troll using everybody, just killing everybody, beating everybody with Dan, and you name it, he can beat you with himself. Yeah. All right, Ducky, your turn.
I think I'm with Dustin on this one as far as like I didn't even know what shmups were back in the day, or shoot-em-ups, or that really didn't even cross my mind as some sort of a genre or anything until like everything else, like the past year or so. And no, after some experience with those, that definitely would have been cool in the arcade, but I really don't even remember seeing those. And granted, I never really went to an arcade. I think the closest thing we had to an arcade was like at CC's Pizza, and we'd play, well, what little we would play of like The Simpsons or whatever, like one, set of quarters worth if we were allowed to do that. But something like, I do remember Street Fighter like that. But I'd probably be more interested in the shoot-em-ups or like Metal Slug. I didn't even know what Metal Slug was until recently, and that's just an awesome game.
Oh yeah.
So something along those lines in the arcade, I think would have been fun. I know our favorite ones back in the day, of course, was TMNT.
Oh, that was the one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that, and then the Simpsons one was awesome, and those are the two that I remember the most. But yeah, that Street Fighter, but something
I have vivid memories of putting in a bunch of tokens in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at someone's birthday party at our knockoff Chuck E. Cheese here. It wasn't Chuck E. Cheese, It was the other one. And I mean, we just kept putting quarters because we were going to beat that game. And sure enough, we did. We beat it, and it took about, I think it was $5 and change worth of quarters.
$10 later, we beat the game.
But it was awesome. Having 4 players there and just going at it. If someone had to go back to the token machine to get change, another friend would hop in and take your place until you got back. And if they lose their coins, you just get back in there and take their place. It was awesome.
That and like House of the Dead, I think that would have been cool to actually get to do in the arcade.
That's like one I always wanted to own. Every time I saw it, it was so big. Like, oh, this would be awesome to have in my home.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've got that on the, what one is it that's on the original Xbox? I guess it's just House of the Dead 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 3. And I do have, I think, Overkill on the Wii, but I haven't even put that in to see if it works because the disc was
my God, Ducky, you need to play that.
Yeah.
That is so much fun.
I know.
Favorite Adventure Time?
I've only seen like a few episodes of Adventure Time. I do think it's funny, especially having. I think the part of the reason I wanted to see it was because the little character, the little Game Boy looking
Beemo.
Yeah, Beemo. But as far as the characters, I guess Ben. I don't know why. That's
okay. I was having a debate with my girlfriend the other day. Do you guys think Beemo is a girl or a boy?
I always thought it was a girl.
I always thought so too. But then there's an episode where there's a girl Beemo and she's called Gmo. So
I was gonna say I thought it was a boy. Just with weird. Kind of a high pitch your voice.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gay.
I don't know. What was the other? Did he answer the third one?
No, the best code or Easter egg.
Yeah, there you go.
Just I think Alien Colonial Marines is an Easter egg in itself. Yeah, hey, the exploding tricycle. That one. That was a.
The entire game is an Easter egg.
That's good stuff.
No,
Very
yeah,
cool.
I definitely haven't. I don't even think I've ever experienced an Easter egg in a game, just because I haven't played any long enough to do that. But yeah, I don't know.
I always liked hearing about like playing Metal Gear Solid or whatever. If you had a Castlevania save or whatever, like it would like say Mantis would like say
it's like
something.
the Manus. Yeah, that is really awesome.
Like I didn't experience it, but I thought that was really clever. Like a clever use of the technology. Like that would be like so creepy to hear.
How about the music on a PlayStation disc when you put in your car? That's kind of an Easter egg, eh?
That is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Do PlayStation discs do that as well?
Yeah. There's another disc that did it?
Well, I mean, PC Engine discs will do it.
Saturn.
Yeah, I would always put the Twisted Metal one in.
Yeah. But I don't need to buy soundtracks anymore. I can just throw my Final Fantasy IX discs in.
I haven't tested with all, and I know it's tougher for the black back ones. But
just rip it to your computer.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
I take that back. I actually did. I did experience one Easter egg in I'm
getting echo now.
Metal Gear Solid. Are you still?
Yeah. From your end, yeah.
Great.
Unplug headphone and put it back in.
All right, hang on. Okay, is it still echoey?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. I do have Metal Gear Solid on the 3DS, and that one it actually has Yoshi in it, like a really tiny Yoshi figurine on a rock, like in the background or something.
Yeah.
Which I probably wouldn't have noticed that if I wasn't playing on the XL, but
I do remember that one.
That's like I think the only Easter egg I've seen.
That's cool. Enough question time. We're moving on from questions. We're like an hour and 40 minutes in. We haven't touched the nitty gritty yet. So,
gross.
I actually got two things on my mind though, real quick, that just popped up just from some stuff I just saw. And you mentioned it earlier, Dustin.
Oh boy.
That IGN Drakengard 3 review.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with some reviews again now. And I know we talked about reviews before.
Oh, trust me, I think her bone has been picked on the IGN forums.
It was one of the... don't these have to go through an approval process or something? Do you think maybe...
Well, you would think that, like, there would be some kind of editorial review to be like, look, these scores are very... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played Drakengard 3 yet, but I can't imagine it being anywhere near Colonial Marines.
Yeah, and it's just a few points away from it, whether that means anything, but just the way it was written. She had some poorly written stuff, and the reasons for the person not liking the game. And I remember the one that jumped out to me that I pointed out to you guys was the line where she put, it's like looking at a PS2 game and it hurts her eyes. I'm like, so I guess she never played a PS2 game. I mean, she can't play PS2 games. So what, did she just start playing games this past generation? And I guess she's an expert if she just started this past generation and she can review games now. But that comment, I just couldn't believe when I'm reading.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of why, like, IGN, like, I use it to, like, find out news items, and then it's
the only like gaming thing with an app that's on my phone. So
I go there and I find stories, and then I go to other websites to research the stories on other websites. So
I don't know. And then the other thing, which I know something that Chance was making a big deal about, wanting to make sure everyone was gonna watch, and that was the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist miniseries that launched not too long ago. And I'm halfway through it. Dustin, you're finished it, right?
I finished it.
Chance, you're finished it?
Actually, I haven't started it yet. I'm excited to watch it. I was pretty pumped for it to come out. But
I know. I was like, what?
Well, here's the thing. Whitney said she wanted to watch it with me, so I've been waiting. So she's ready to watch it. So
Depending, they got the Blu-ray out for Mortal Kombat pretty quick. Maybe I want to wait for that, but I don't know. I'd watch it now. And Ducky, I would highly recommend it. Even if you're not super into Street Fighter, it's a really well made.
It's the best Street Fighter movie made yet.
Yeah.
See, I like Street Fighter. It's just not playing with you guys.
You beat me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh man. Now, see, and I'm sure I will watch that just because I saw the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, that movie. So if I could sit through that,
yeah, this is like
sure I'll be all right.
This is leaps and bounds.
Of course, this isn't like super high budget stuff.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, they nailed Ken's look. Like, you were talking about actors we didn't know about. I wouldn't mind seeing the guy playing Ken in like other movies because I think he's doing a great job playing him, at least from what I saw. And I'd said earlier today, like to Dustin, when he did that Akuma stance, I just like got chills on how good he reenacted that stance of getting that key. I was, oh my goodness, it was so great. But this miniseries is. It's pretty cool because it's not like touching every Street Fighter character. This is focusing on Ken and Ryu, the origin kind of thing there, and
Akuma and Goken.
Well, I wasn't gonna say their names in case it was spoilers, but
I
don't think it kind of is. But
not really spoilers.
What do you think of? Do you think they did a good job with the Akuma look, the costume? Do you think they did good?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like when he goes full Akuma, you don't really see him very much. So
yeah.
I mean that was really good. But the whole story of Goki's descent into Akuma is really good, really good. So if you're not to that part yet, it's But
that's the episode I just finished on for me. Was seeing his descent.
But I would like to see them do more of these for the different characters. Mm-hmm. But I think like the storyline for Ryu, Ken, Goken, and Akuma, I think that's probably
the best one you can get.
It's like one of the most developed storylines in Street Fighter.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's the most important, but it kind of is though. Like it's kind of the center of Street Fighter. Everyone else is just kind of extra.
Yeah.
Well, what it does is because you watched the teaser one, Chance, just that teaser where they're fighting each other, correct?
Yeah.
Ryu and Ken. And I mean that from what I'm seeing, so I'm only halfway through, but even that plays a key role, I'm going to believe, because how Goki and Goken, or if I'm saying his name right, how Goki saw it from the get-go, what was going to happen. There can only be one master trainer. And I'm like looking at Ryu and Ken like, oh crap, there can only be one still, possibly down the road. So I don't know what's going to happen. But of course we know who'll probably end up on top. But still, it's just the story's well told. It's just a really good story.
I imagine I want like a comedy one of like Zangief just going around the different places and solving all of his problems by either pile driving people or lariat. That's just how he solves all his problems.
And it was kind of nice hearing Dustin, you say this morning you respected Ken more as a character. Still hate him in the game.
Well, yeah.
As a character.
When you're fighting him against the AI and all it does is show Ruken on you, that gets annoying.
I actually got to where I really like to use Ken. Like, not always, but he's kind of one of my go-to characters now. So I used to hate him. Like I was with you. Like he was the one that I always used to hate playing. But I kind of like his quickness. But
I always liked him just because we both had blonde hair.
No.
I was like, I'll pick the blonde guy over the.
Well, why don't you pick Guile then?
Because he was a charged character.
And he's a real American.
I can't
I'm a real American.
But yeah, those are
probably more sexist too.
Go ahead, Chance.
I was gonna say that's like this new DeCaprio character. Like she's gonna be a charged character, and it's just like
she's like a hybrid type. She's got kind of
but it's just like I can't get used to playing charged characters. It just like
me neither.
It annoys me. It's like I don't want another charged character.
But yeah, those just jumped out to me, and I just wanted to mention that. So Anyways, back to you, Ducky. You know, one
Why
thing.
are we back to me?
Because something that's really intriguing on your channel and stuff you've been posting pictures of that you do really well is you mod the look and appearance of consoles and systems and the handhelds. What got you into wanting to do that kind of stuff? Were you just bored one day, or what made you want to modify your systems?
Honestly, I don't remember where really wanted to start modding from. I used to, once I first got into YouTube, it was bad. It was at a bad time because I had just like left my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was out of a job for a couple of months, and I kid you not, I think I watched YouTube for like 2 months straight, and just watched a bunch of different channels and got exposed to a lot more different things. And it started with like Let's Plays of like Super Mario Sunshine and stuff like that. And then I turned on to Luke Morse, and he doesn't mod anything, I don't think, but he does fix a lot of stuff. So that got me interested in getting stuff that wasn't working and then repairing it. And I don't know, I kind of like just modding stuff. Like when I had a car, I would always, want to just like add like hidden, LEDs or stuff. So I think that kind of carried over into the consoles. And I can't remember what the first thing was. Oh, you know what it was my girlfriend
I think I just heard the word "was" 8 times in a row within a matter of 3 seconds. Record. Go ahead.
You sound like my mom. God.
And yet I am the one that butchers the English language. English language.
Hey, at least it was properly. But I had gotten my since I started kind of getting back into this gaming thing, my girlfriend was like, I used to have a Game Boy Color that she didn't even know what happened to it. Turns out her mom just straight up got rid of it without telling her. But she could remember having a light, and it was just like one of the warm lights. I was like, I don't think that ever came front lit or anything. So then for her, I was researching to see, if it was front lit, and found where people had gotten the LEDs and taken the front light out of that and put it in a Game Boy Color.
Oh, wow.
So that was what got me to want to do that. And I was like, you know what, I'll find a GBA and see if I can do that. And of course, hers, like the actual, the screen is wider on a GBA than.
Uh-oh. You guys there? Okay, I'm back. You guys there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who'd we lose?
You lost me for like 3 seconds or 5, whatever.
Anyways, so I was talking about the Game Boy Color, and I figured out how I had to trim the actual light panel from the Game Boy Advance to get it to fit so that it wasn't exposed underneath and just, glaring out of the Game Boy Color. And then, I don't know, from there I kind of just went into other stuff, and I had some clear Nintendo 64 controllers and clear Xbox controllers, and I was like, I just pretty much wanted to, change out LEDs in consoles and add LEDs to the see-through stuff and bring a different life to it. And it really looked awesome on the Nintendo 64s. All the fantastic ones, they came out looking like insane.
So have those been your favorite, the 64 ones?
Those, and I really liked my original Xbox controller. That I had a blue one and a green one, and the green one, I just put the matching color lights underneath the surface, and it looked cool. It looked good in the Xbox ones just because it wasn't like glowing, it wasn't overpowering. But I don't know. It's just those, and then now getting into wanting to light up the original Game Boy screens and stuff, add a backlight to those. It's just, to me, it's more fun to work on stuff and clean stuff, I guess. I get more into that than I do the actual gaming.
There was, you mentioned Luke Morris, and something that was on his channel that I thought was really awesome. And let me know if you can do this or not, because then I'd probably ask you for help in doing one for me. But he changed a Game Boy Advance into a mini arcade little system.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and there's a few people that have done that on YouTube.
That is awesome. I'd love to have something like that.
Yeah, I really should do that because I've got about 8 GBAs here, and yeah, that would be a good idea to do that. At least one.
Yeah, that'd be a cool little experiment for you. Because I was like picturing playing Metal Slug like that. It's like, oh, that'd be so awesome. Little buttons, little joystick, playing Metal Slug.
Do they make Metal Slug for the GBA?
Yeah, I thought there was a game on GBA.
Well, I don't remember, but
no,
that would be cool. Yeah.
I can't remember if it's for GBA. I mean, there's
Metal Slug Advance. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Beautiful looking game.
What did he? I don't remember what he used for a joystick. The thing was tiny though.
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the video. But what would be something? Would you guys ever want any of your system kind of? If you had an extra system modded with some lights or something? Because I know I'm gonna be probably sending some stuff Ducky's way that I have extra of to get souped up here in the future with some lights.
I don't know. I mean, part of me thinks that's like awesome, but then the other part of me is like, no, I want to keep that system the way it's supposed to be. So
yeah, like I couldn't do it.
See,
if I only had
anything.
one NES,
yeah,
I wouldn't want that tampered with. It's like, no, I got to keep that the same. But seeing as there's like 3 sitting in here,
but then I see something like what Johnny gave Robman one.
that
Mega Man NES. I was like, that kind of stuff's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I kind of, I'm weighing the scales there to see which I'd rather have more. But yeah, if I had multiples, I'd probably get it done.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Chance?
Yeah, I have multiples.
I saw one that Ducky did for Chad Bailey. It was a NES top loader, and he put an LED under the power switch, and I thought that was really awesome because it looked really cool. And then, of course, my original Game Boy with a backlight would be awesome. So,
yeah.
And I think I'm sending that to him soon to to do that at some point. So
yeah, you need to.
Cool. And I really like these Afterglow third-party controllers that have the LEDs already built in them. So I understand like how cool, I think that's really cool, like to have the lights in the controller so I can kind of visualize it. So if I did have any of those see-through controllers, that would be cool to have that in those too.
Actually, Ducky, this kind of reminds me. Have you ever had any experience working with the Neo Geo Pocket?
No, I'm actually. I've kind of got something coming up with that though.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because I was wondering if you could put a backlight in that.
Yeah. Not a backlight, but you can do like for the Game Boy Color, you can do a front light for it. So that's one of the things. Yeah. So it'd just be like the original, GBA-SP. Only thing different about it is I don't know if the screen's a little taller in the Neo Geo.
I think it is a little taller.
The light panel, the light panel just barely, doesn't reach all the way to the bottom of the screen, so it doesn't like hinder it any. Just because typically there's just like text or something at the bottom, or score or something like that. But yeah, that is possible. I did some research on that as well, and I'm hoping to get around to doing that soon.
Because that thing, I love that.
One of my favorite ones.
Color, but man, you got to be right under the light source for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely possible, and it's something I'm planning to do here soon. I'm kind of waiting to hear from a certain site that offers stuff like that.
Gotcha.
That they started making front lights for the Game Boy Color, so you don't have to, hack up a GBA-SP and just waste the light on that. Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting to hear back as far as when the panel's going to be available. But
that's cool.
That's what I want to do. That I think by.
Because the Neo Geo Pocket has some cool stuff, but to have that front light would be awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to play that more. That'd be a good thing to do.
Yep.
Sweet.
No, I think that top loader I did for Chad definitely has to be my favorite because the main reason I was going to mod it was to put, because it's just RF output. It doesn't even have, the yellow and red that the original NES had. So I modded it with a little 3.5 millimeter jack that, was stereo sound and video. So it would plug directly in like that instead of having to go through your channel.
Nice.
And they didn't make it, can't hear it in this video in chat, Chad's video, but it separates the sound from the left speaker and the right speaker. So although it's not true stereo, you still get different sounds coming out of the speakers. So it sounds cooler.
Awesome. And here I am just thinking that the light's the coolest thing.
Yeah, that was the easy thing. It was I'll just do this for the hell of it.
I'm going to send you my 64 controller, and every time I push a button, it's got to have like Duke Nukem catchphrases coming out of it somewhere when playing.
Come get some.
That would be awesome.
When you do certain things. Well, gentlemen, we're in pretty far. Do we want to do some E3 stuff, or just go into games and just save E3 stuff for when we do the recordings for them?
Well, I think we kind of discussed beforehand. We don't really. I mean, we can make some things we'd like to see, but I honestly, I really don't know what's coming.
Yeah,
me neither.
Exception.
Project Beast is the only thing on my mind, but I don't know either. I say we just talk about games we've been playing recently.
Okay.
And I can go first and get mine out the way. I feel like I always do, but I'll get mine out the way because I've been all over the place, gentlemen, in games. Because I kind of been just waiting for Mario Kart to come out because I've been waiting for something like, what can I play in the meantime? Valkyria Chronicles was one that I was trying to beat a mission every day instead of sitting there and trying to play out multiple missions. And it's now gotten to where it's like every other day I'm trying to tackle a mission on it. And some days I don't even get to finish a mission. But it's a fun game like Dustin's video. It is a excellent strategy RPG that tricks you into some action stuff, but it's really cool. Another one is Lightning Returns. Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. Of course, I love the 13 series, 13 and 13-2. Amazing games to me. And then, man, this one, though, it's pissing me off. The stinking time limit is really killing this game for me. And I don't even know if it's bad. I've heard people have said, don't worry about it. The time limit's not bad, but it's making me feel like it is bad because you're on the whole purpose behind this game is you only level up through completing quests, and you have a time limits on the quests because you start at a main hub, and at a certain time each day you get transported back to this hub. So whatever quest you did, I mean, that's what leveled you up, but the ones you didn't finish or complete, from what I'm seeing, they're you can't do them or finish them off unless they carry over to other days. But there's only certain times in the day some of them can be done. So what this time limit is doing, and it's keeping me from being able to explore the game. I feel like I'm having to rush. If there's a side quest that needs me to go somewhere to do something, I'm afraid I'm not going to have time to go do it. Or if I do it, will I even be able to find the item I'm looking for? Or could I waste a whole day looking for something I can't find? It's almost making me feel like I have to have a guide for it. And I don't want a guide to play the game. But from hearing what Alex said and stuff about it, like he had the guide handy for it. And I mean, that just kind of frustrates me. What do you guys think about stuff like that?
That was the big thing that kept me from buying Lightning Returns when it first came out. I still haven't picked it up. I'm waiting for it to get like next to nothing prices because the whole thing with a time limit in an RPG just seems completely backwards. Like it makes no sense whatsoever.
It's really hindering it for me because I love that series so much. Those characters. I think Lightning's an awesome character. And I was looking forward to just playing as her because I thought she was a great character in the game. But just something like, I don't know why they think they needed the time limit. But I don't know. It's making me think I might not be able to finish this game and I want to. But I don't know. And then what else? We had Mario Kart 8 today, which we talked about. And I know I've been playing Grandia. I've been playing that on the PlayStation Vita. After coming off Child of Light and beating that, and Dustin was like, you got to play Grandia then if you're liking the battle system in Child of Light. And while I've heard of Grandia, I never actually really watched someone play it. And when I looked at the gameplay footage, I was like, oh crap, Dustin was 100% right. It's just like Child of Light, but better.
Yeah.
And man, that game is awesome. The story in it's really cool so far. Just a young adventurer going out, and I'm sure things are going to start getting bigger. The only issue I'm having with that game, the combat's fun. I'm still weighing back and forth whether I like the system of using a spell to level it up because
yeah, that gets a bit annoying.
It does. Because I'm like, do I want to use my MP to keep using the spell just to level it up? So I'm a little iffy on that, and I kind of wish I could zoom the camera out. I like how this game is designed with a thumbstick that lets you control the camera, because a lot of RPGs back then wouldn't let you do that. So you have full control in these fully rendered, these 3D worlds, voice acting. I mean, this game is like a powerhouse. It's doing a lot of stuff that even some Final Fantasy games didn't do, and I just think it's awesome. But the camera is so zoomed in, I'm not getting a good view of the battlefield, so you can kind of get easily lost or a sense of direction in the game, and that's kind of my only little gripe. But other than that, it's just such a fun game to play. And lastly, on the Vita,
on the
go ahead, Ducky.
I was just asking, is this? Did you say this was like the PS1 version of it, or?
Yeah, PlayStation 1 on the Vita. I just downloaded it off the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, because I have Grandia 2 for the Dreamcast, but
ooh, nice.
I turned it on. It works. I know that much, but other than that,
oh man, Grandia 2.
If it's sitting there collecting dust, we could probably work something out. There you go. But also on the Vita,
yeah.
I'm playing through Borderlands 2 again on that system. I bought that the day it came out because I'm just a huge fan of Borderlands and figured why not? It can prep me for Destiny when that comes out. And it works great. Yeah, a lot of the reviews were bad for it just because that's a tough game to translate to a handheld just because you need some certain buttons. But after you get used to how the buttons are mapped on the touch screen, it's just two of them back there. The gameplay's fine. Beautiful looking on the Vita. I think it looks amazing. They came out with a patch already that helped with some of the stability issues the game was having. So if you're a fan of Borderlands and just want more of it on the go with some of the DLC and characters, highly recommend picking it up. And that's about it, gentlemen. Dustin, Chance,
wow.
Get Borderlands 2, man.
For
You'll like it.
I have it on the PS3.
Oh yeah, you got the free one, didn't you?
Yeah. I've played a little bit of the first one, but I haven't tried the second one yet.
All right, whoever wants it, take it.
I can go ahead and go. It'll be short. Okay. Valkyria Chronicles, played the game, absolutely loved it. For people out there who don't think they will like strategy RPGs, this is the one to give a chance to, because it does trick you into thinking you're playing an action game. Really, really enjoyed my time with it. Can't wait to start the rest of this series. Wolfenstein. Absolutely love this game. It's so much different than what you think. Usually when you think Wolfenstein, at least when I think Wolfenstein, I think back to Wolfenstein 3D and kind of a run and gun, kind of meathead type of shooter, and this has like so much story in it and like so much character, and like you kind of fall in love with these ragtag group of resistance fighters, and it's an amazing experience. And for Chance, for you to be such a fan of the series, this is one you definitely don't want to miss out on when you get a chance to.
Can I stop you for a moment?
What?
I wanted to stop you and ask you a question for a moment.
Okay.
Did you start up Metro or not?
Metro. I have started up the first Metro, not the second one.
Because I don't know why I couldn't get into the first Metro for some reason, and I always kind of does Wolfenstein kind of play like that, or does it play like a Doom 3? Because I saw you're picking up the health, you're picking up stuff, which honestly, is awesome. I want that.
What Wolfenstein reminds me the most of, it's like Fallout, but without the VATS. That's what it kind of feels like to me.
Oh, don't tell me that, because I don't like the Fallout combat system.
Well, it's not the combat system, because it's just the first-person shooter.
Okay.
These environments are very large. There's a lot to explore in them, and it's not just run down a corridor and shoot people. There is like an exploration kind of. It's not at the forefront, but there is an exploration thing with the game that is really, really fun to do.
I really want, like Chance, I'm jealous. I really want to play that, but I want to wait for PS4, I think, before I get it.
What else have I been playing? And I'm still kind of working on Somabringer, but it's kind of
here and there.
I haven't really been able to focus on it too much. And then, Christ, what else was I was playing? There was something else.
Did you start something after VC on console?
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Wolfenstein. Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that is it.
Maybe it's it.
Trying to think if you mentioned anything
Demon
in the chat.
Gaze. I started Demon Gaze, but then I put it up because I got really wrapped up in Valkyria Chronicles. But as soon as I finish Wolfenstein, which I probably will tomorrow, I'm going to go back to playing Demon Gaze on the Vita.
Cool. We'll save Chance for last in case Ducky's list is really small. Ducky, go ahead. What have you been playing?
In case. Well, gee, all the games I've started to test and then not actually played. Now, what have I played since the last time I was on the podcast?
You played Aliens Colonial Marines.
Which I really do. I do enjoy that game. Like, part of the reason I got into collecting games was because I wanted games for, groups of people if I had friends over, but,
yeah,
I don't have any friends, so that kind of hasn't paid off. But I've really enjoyed that. I'm trying to think if I've played anything else on PS3 with all the games I have downloaded on it. The Wii U, like I said, we played Scribblenauts Unlimited, and I've been a part of that while I was doing other stuff, and enjoyed that. That's definitely a funny, entertaining game. I played Mario Kart 8, yay. Some Rayman, what is it, Legends on the Wii U. I've put some time into that. I put much time into that since the first few weeks I had it.
Okay,
but I was playing that.
Definitely need to pick that up.
Yeah, no, that one is pretty fun. It's pretty incredible, and you've got daily challenges and stuff that I really did want to keep up with, but that didn't happen. So, but it's cool. It just offers different to do instead of just having the same game to play over and over.
Yeah.
But played that. I've been playing. I've played Ys, book one a good while, and then just ended up, I don't know, I'm somewhere in the maze part. I don't even know what my next goal is or what I'm supposed to be doing, but I played that for quite a while and really enjoyed that. And that's the first RPG I've played, and I couldn't not play it after hearing y'all talk about it, and really wanted to get into that one. So I've got most of them. I've got all the ones for the PSP as well, and then I really want to get Memories of Celceta just to have it, so that maybe at some point I can play it. But that one, I was at GameStop the other day, and I asked them if they had it, the actual, what is it, Silver Edition or whatever it is, the collector's
Silver Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, and they do that. I didn't realize they had these shelves up high above all games that had box sets and stuff in it. And they've got two up there that they said have been there since release of it. So they're probably going to go down in price pretty soon. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that. And as soon as that goes on sale, I'll have to pick up a copy.
Yeah, let me know if they both, because
I know they've had
pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. You'll let my wife know.
Yeah, I want to get that. Yeah, right? Oh, man. It's terrible. As far as other things I've played, I tried to get in the 3DS, and I played Super Mario 3D World on that, 3D Land, whatever. And I beat it. I beat the first round. I didn't even realize that this is I haven't beat the original Super Mario Brothers. I didn't realize it got difficult for a second playthrough. I didn't realize they made it more difficult. So
that's when the real.
I thought I beat that game, and then it opens up a new world. I'm just like, what is going on? Yeah. Oh my God! It's Super Mario 3D Land and at more difficult levels. It's kicking my ass. I was trying to play it earlier whenever we were racing in Mario Kart 8, and I wasn't racing, and I was just I was wanting to scream at my 3DS.
Maybe that's why you kept coming in last. You thought you weren't racing, and you were looking at the wrong screen.
Nah.
Yeah,
why
right.
you were losing.
That was funny. I saw that. That was pretty funny. But Oh, and then I was emulating Link's Awakening DX on my phone. So I finally picked up Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy, and I started playing some of that. But then I just I'm not playing it anymore. I don't know. It's terrible. But it's like the first time I played Ocarina of Time was on the 3DS, and I put 12 hours into it, and then it just didn't play anymore.
Just stop.
And now I don't know.
It happens.
But that one, Ocarina of Time, seems like it'd be easy to pick on the 3DS. Yeah. But now I've played and tested a lot of games.
Yes, you did. Your list was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
And the Vita, like I said, the Vita, I've done the Stealth, which is, I've put quite some time into that and really enjoyed that. And that Urban Trial Freestyle game I've almost got all the trophies in that. And that's my goal. I want to get all the trophies in one game, at least, and say I did that.
Ooh,
and,
nice.
I haven't even broken 1,000 score on my 360.
Like 1,000 gamer score?
Yeah, like the gamer score, 1,000 points.
How long have you had your 360, Ducky?
Well, it's my girlfriend's 360, so a few years. Ooh. But I really didn't. Yeah. Ooh. Well, it's like I've had my PS3.
That's one game though. If you think about it, 1,000 is in one game.
Yeah.
He's had it for a couple of years.
Yeah. I did one game. Like I got quite a few in playing Trials. That was, I think, probably one of the first games I got any gamer score in. And what else? There's I've played Duke Nukem Forever. I've got a few points in that.
Nice.
And I thought it was funny, but see, I'm not biased towards anything as far as video games go. I don't care. Anything's okay with me as long as I actually put some time into it. There's another game that is freaking goofy. Oh, Eat Lead. I played that.
Yeah, Matt Hazard.
It's kind of, it's pretty funny. And I picked up a lot of points in that too. But no, it's just, I can't believe that. And I was playing some game, some download. I think was it a free game? It was it's like just recently, just this past month that I think it was free, and it's a platformer. I cannot think of the name of it.
On Xbox or
on 360. No, it's on 360.
I haven't turned that on in a while, so I don't know.
I was just playing it the other day, and I played it for 3 hours. And that was like the longest I've sat down all the time. Yeah, I can't think of it though. I can't even think of. I don't know. It's got zombies in it, but it's just a side view platformer, 2D platformer, and I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, I played that, and that's pretty fun. But no, not too much. Not too much actual playtime.
Not too much playing, and list off 20 games. Chance, way to go. I mean, Ducky. Now Chance maybe has a chance to talk. No,
I'll keep going on games I've tested. Like, I bought these.
We're good. We're good. We got you. We're all called up. All right, Chance, go ahead, man.
Well, since the last podcast, I did wrap up Etrian Odyssey 4.
Ooh, you finished it. Nice.
Oh, yeah, fantastic game. I absolutely loved it. I'm still kind of on the fence as to whether I liked it more than Untold or not. I don't know. They're both, obviously very similar, but in a lot of ways they're different. So I'll just say that I like them equally. They both have very redeeming qualities, that are unique from one another. But I would say I definitely enjoy them more than Etrian Odyssey 3, which is still a great game on the DS. I just like the advancements for the 3DS, and I can't wait for another one, but who knows if it'll actually happen. I might have to settle for Persona Q or Demon Gaze, which I still don't have yet, but I don't know. I'll get my first-person dungeon crawler fixed, and I still want to get Unchained Blades too, so those might be near future purchases.
I wonder if you could download Unchained Blades on the Vita.
I don't know. That's a good question. It's still a toss-up, though. I mean, I've probably asked before.
I would think you could.
Does the bottom screen have like a map or something?
Yeah, you're right.
So I'll probably still want to get it on the 3DS just because of that.
That might be the way to go. That I'd say that is the way to go.
Even though it would look great on the Vita, but yeah, I think I'll still go with 3DS. And then after I beat Etrian Odyssey, I went ahead and put back in Paper Mario Sticker Star, which is taking me a long time to beat, and which is okay. I take long breaks with it to break up the monotony of it. I think I'm on the 5th world, and I think there's only 6 worlds, so I might actually beat it. But
you guys there?
I'm here.
I'm here.
I couldn't listen about Sticker Star anymore, so I think we can call it a night right there. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you guys ready to call it?
Here still?
I kicked Chance out because I just don't want to hear about Sticker Star anymore.
Shut up. No, seriously, where is he?
I kicked him out. No, I'm going to bring him back in.
Oh, what a dick
That's
move.
terrible. He's like still talking.
No. I do not want to hear Sticker Star get justified.
Well, that's Steven there. What a douche.
You got to cue it in. Dun, dun, dun. Getting Chance back in here. Maybe. Hey, Chance, you there?
Good Lord.
Yep.
Dang, man, I don't know what happened. We lost you, dude.
I don't know either.
Shut the
Go on ahead about Sticker Star.
Did you boot me out or something?
I did. It's like I said, I don't want to. I said I don't want to hear Sticker Star get justified.
I wasn't really justifying it. It was just it is what it is. I mean, I know people don't really care for it, but I enjoy it in small doses. But I may beat it sometime this year. Who knows? I decided after playing tons and tons of fighting games, I played a lot of Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I got it out of the PS3 also. Bought a fight stick, played a ton of fighting games.
How's that working out, by the way? How's the
I really like it. I really like it. It's definitely a different experience than playing with a pad. And it's not really hard to get used to. You just have to think differently.
Yeah.
But pretty much like the standard setup for arcade stick really worked out for me. The top 4 buttons are punches, the bottom 4 buttons are kicks. So as long as you can just remember, light, medium, heavy, and then the triple.
Yeah. I don't know.
As long as you can just.
When some people change the settings in there, I don't know what they're doing. Why would they want to change it any other way? That seems like how you'd want it.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was thinking that myself. It's like I think this is the perfect setup. Why would I want to change this? But
and how does it feel? I'm sorry. How does it feel with the Mini? Because I know after seeing your video on it, I was kind of like, you know what? I don't think I'm used to the big heaviness of a bigger one. I don't know if I'd be able to use a Mini because it's probably moving around on me a lot. Do you find it moving around on your lap or anything?
I actually don't find it moving at all. And I've experimented 2 different ways. One, playing it with it on one knee, and then also with it on like a wooden TV table.
Okay.
So it's really, really nice both ways. But yeah, a bigger one would of course probably be more comfortable to play with because this is pretty compact. It is a very small stick, and it's just I think it works really well for a beginner, someone who doesn't know whether or not they want to invest, because it was only $40, and it's really well made because it is a Hori stick. So it is really, really nice. But the one complaint I've seen with a lot of people is that you can't change out the buttons, because they're smaller buttons, so you can't upgrade to the Sanwa buttons or whatever. But I mean that's fine. I think for the price, it's a good beginner stick, and I am a beginner. This is the first time I ever used one, and I like it. I like it a lot. So I think probably sometime in the future I will probably invest in a better one, but not right now. So yeah, I've played a lot of fighting games, and that's kind of been occupying a lot of my time. But I also decided, I haven't played a first-person shooter in a long time. Other than Aliens, Colonial Marines, so I haven't played just blasted through a campaign. So I decided to put in the first Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on the 360, and I blasted through it in one day. I stayed home.
I think we lost Chance again, guys. Hold on. No, I'm just kidding.
We should have just kept talking like he wasn't. Funny.
No, hey, that's a good game. No, Modern Warfare is a nice storyline there, man.
It as much shit as everyone gives this story, and I will say, yes, it is entirely too short. But
I think it's a good story in that first one.
It's a great story. The first one is the most lengthy, so I beat that one, and I also beat Modern Warfare 2, and it's a lot shorter, but it is so much more intense. Like, this story has parts of it you actually really cringe. It's like, wow, I can't believe they put this in here.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in an airport where you're expected to do some things, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this.
Was that Modern Warfare 2 or 3 when that one happened? 2? Okay.
2, yep. And I just started 3 the other night, and I'm about halfway through it too. So I think it's a really, really good story. But the problem is, like I said, is that it really didn't justify the yearly or bi-yearly release, because they could have just made one game essentially with all 3 of these storylines. I get it.
Chance, no one plays Modern Warfare for the storyline.
But they should, because it's really surprisingly good.
The first Modern Warfare has one of the best missions in a game, actually, of a first-person shooter, still to this date. And I will back that. The what?
All gillied up. Is it the one you're talking about? Like the stealthy sniper scene. Yeah. I must admit, for a person like myself who doesn't really care for stealthy or sniping, that mission was fantastic.
Yes.
It's so good.
Everyone should at least try to experience playing through that, because it's crazy. From the stealth part to the escape, the snipe. It's a great mission.
I really, really enjoyed the first 2, and I'm enjoying the third one. For what they are, they're military first-person shooters. But really, for me, it kind of harkens back to my love for, I really enjoy, military film. I love, World War II and Vietnam War movies. And to me, these games, even though they're, set in more modern times, I get that vibe from it. It's what it reminds me of. And I like it.
Well, cool.
That's about it.
That's it?
Well, and of course Mario Kart 8 and new Super Mario Brothers U, because I just got a Wii U. So
yay.
I don't know.
Well, gentlemen, I do think that's it then now. It's been a long evening for us. If we count since when me and Dustin popped on Mario Kart 8 to do some testing around 5:30, it's been a long one.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I'm ready.
That's just barely longer than the Arrow episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that whole episode. So
you couldn't even take the entire thing.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. So it's been a long one. But Ducky, man, so great you hang in there with us too this long evening and did this podcast with us. Knocked it out, definitely, man. We appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it. It's nice to be a part of it, and also just listening to it over and over again. But yeah, sorry to disappoint with no actual gameplay or anything. But
it's fine, man. I love the laid back, chilled episodes like today, where we kind of just go off the walls and see where it takes us. It's good stuff. So everyone, stay tuned for the Mario Kart game night footage to pop up, where I'm sure Ducky will give you some more laughs during that. That was highly entertaining. We look forward. Again, check us out on iTunes now. We're on there. We know people are leaving reviews. We don't know what's going on, why they're not showing up, but we appreciate it. And all the support that's been going on, like we said, on the fan page. It's been awesome. Community's really rolling right now. A lot going on
Yeah.
A busy month ahead, and I hope we can get everything in that we have planned this month.
We're starting to plan way too many things.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's just everything's kind of hitting in June because of E3 and everything, but we'll see. We'll do what we can. We're human, so we'll probably screw up somehow, but it's awesome. But guys, it was fun.
Yep. Always is.
Even though you kicked me out.
Well, don't talk about Sticker Star. There's very specific rules. No one talks about Sticker Star.
I have the power. So, good night, guys.
All right, night.
So long.
Night.
So that Steven is kind of like an asshole, right?